we say we've been through all of the things, because I feel like we've been through quite a lot in just a year and a half. So, yeah. Hey guys, my name is Shayla and I make these videos every Wednesday. I've been traveling full-time since 2015 and I make these videos every Wednesday to inspire you and encourage you to go out and live the life that you want to create. First of all, I want to say thank you to all the Patreons who make this possible. I'm super grateful for you. I also want to say, if you guys want to see like in between every Wednesday, you can always follow Seth and I on Instagram, Living on a One Way and Seth Outside. This week, we want to tell you about how we met and our journey that we've been on. I kind of had to twist Seth's arms to do this video, but here we are, and it's gonna be great. Yeah. It all started on Bumble. So we were chatting on Bumble. I'm just gonna tell my story and you just get to interject whenever you're ready.
All right.
We started chatting on Bumble and then I was about to leave for a month and I got off Bumble. And then all of a sudden on Instagram, this super cute and handsome guy started following me and he was from Minnesota. Like, ha ha ha. And then all of a sudden, this super handsome guy
just slid into those DMs.
So then I started talking to him like, oh, how long have you lived here? Like, where are you from? Do you have siblings? The intro questions to dating.
We already had this entire conversation on Bumble.
But your photos on Instagram were different than your ones on Bumble.
She didn't
Okay,
remember
but
me.
when you're on Bumble, you're talking to a bunch of people at the same time.
You were talking to
You told me that you were too. Get out of here.
I was talking to like maybe 2 people.
Oh, whatever. So then I left for a month and we kind of talked periodically, and when I came back, I was like, look, I'm coming back, but I'm only gonna be back for 3 weeks and then I'm leaving again. So if you don't want to meet, I get it.
Hold up. She's like, if you don't want to meet because you're probably gonna fall in love with me.
I did not say that.
Yeah, you were like,
I did not.
I get that you don't want to meet with me because I'm not gonna be. I was like, chill out. We can meet for coffee. Chill.
So we go on a walk around the lake.
We walked around like twice because the conversation was just so good.
It's just riveting. Then we didn't want to leave each other, so we went out for beers and burgers after that. My sister was like, tell me you're okay. And so lucky for us, we have a picture on our first date of me sending it to my sister like, here I am, not with a serial killer. Our second date, we were supposed to go paddleboarding, but Seth didn't check to see if the paddleboarding shop was open.
It wasn't.
So we ended up going and playing baseball, and that's when I locked it in.
And she was actually, she could hit the ball and she could track it down and catch it when I was hitting it.
Okay, so then we're together literally every day, I'm pretty sure, for 3 weeks. Then I leave for Greece. Gone for 3 months. We're chatting every single day on FaceTime. During this time, we're not together, but like, if we talk to each other, it's fine. And then at some point we're like, look, if you talk to someone else, it's not fine anymore.
Put up some boundaries.
I'm like, I'm just gonna stop off in Ireland on my way home. And he's like, well, I'm kind of Irish. I've always wanted to go to Ireland. And I was like, well, I was hoping to meet, who's the guy that is in P.S. I Love You?
Gerard Butler.
Yeah, I was hoping to meet a Gerard Butler in Ireland, but I guess you can meet me there.
Damn. I didn't even have a passport before I went to Ireland, so I got a passport just to go see her.
Your family was like, you're just gonna go to Ireland? He just did all the things that he needed to do to get there.
I wasn't playing around. When you know what you want, you go get it.
But we were gonna rent a van. Hey, we've hung out for 3 weeks and we've chatted on FaceTime for 3 months. Now let's go live in a cube for a week. Look the other way while I wipe my hot spots with these baby wipes.
Who cares? Army life, you do that shit all the time.
Traveler life, you do that stuff all the time.
Hit the hot spots and move on.
We explored Ireland together and it was awesome. Then we came back home, and a week or so after we were home, hey Seth, wake up. And he was like, what? Would it scare you if I told you I loved you?
I was like, what?
And so then the next day he goes, yeah, so my cousin Molly asked me if we were dating and I said yes.
No, she asked me, she's like, so is she like your girlfriend now? And I was like, yep. She's my girlfriend. We didn't even discuss it.
No, and Seth just told me that.
All right, you said you're like in love with me. Okay, cool. Well,
we're dating.
We're dating. You're my girlfriend. Who says I love you to
Whatever.
people and then they're not in a committed relationship? That's so backwards. Like.
Anyway, so we had just established that we were dating.
2 weeks after we're back from Ireland, I'm hanging out with Shayla, and we're at her sister's house, and I get a call from my brother, and my mom passed away. And it, like, yeah, it sucks.
And that's a hard thing to deal with in general. It's a hard thing to deal with as a couple or somebody who's been together forever. We had just been together just recently. I was literally like, if you need me to be here, tell me. If you need me to leave, tell me, because I didn't know how to navigate the situation, and neither did you.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to do.
But we did it. We made it through. We did a good job. I'm home for a little while, and I think I just went on the West Coast.
Well, you were going, you had Burning Man.
Oh, and I had the mountain-based trip.
So she stayed on the West Coast on 3 separate occasions. I flew out like just for the weekend, explore the West Coast with her in the van.
Because you had flight benefits.
Yep. Shout out Angela.
That's basically it. I was traveling on and off for the rest of the year, basically.
Yep.
Then, in the beginning of this year, we went to New Zealand for 2 months.
Yep.
In a van.
2 months.
That's a hard thing to do in a country that we didn't know. It was amazing. It was a lot of work. It was super tough. So we broke up right when we got back.
Yeah, we broke up like immediately.
Surprise!
Broke up. It was tough because I was still trying to figure out the stuff with my mom. And I was like, I guess, grieving. You know, everybody has their own like grieving process or whatever. Mine apparently was to push that super far down and not address it for a while.
Until you had nothing to do but drive for 5 hours.
I didn't really know how to deal with it. Shayla didn't really know how to deal with it.
It took us about a month of Seth like grieving a little bit, me being like, I miss him. And then I had no one else to pick me up from the airport. So Seth came and picked me up and I was like, okay, this is gonna be great or it's gonna be weird. I'm not sure how it's gonna be. It's gonna be fine. He was like, all right, I'm all in. I want her back and this is, I'm gonna make it happen. What'd you say in the beginning? When you want something, you go for it.
Yeah, when you want something, you go get it.
Oh my God.
It doesn't matter what you do.
I come down the escalator and here's Seth, who is dripping in sweat. I think he's blacked out and he's like just from shock and nerves.
I'm putting it all out there. I put everything on the line.
He's holding a sign that says, welcome home, beautiful.
And something, yeah.
And he's got a tie on that's like not all the way on and his shirt's kind of unbuttoned. I gave him a hug and his back is sopping wet. He said people were walking past him like, are you okay?
Yeah, like one guy thought I was gonna propose and he was like, you doing all right, man? You need some help? You know, I was just like, no, I'm good, man. I'm good, but I appreciate it.
How could you say no to that? So we got back together. I did some traveling here and there, went to the Philippines and France.
Yep.
And Seth was working and then he wanted to go to an academy to become law enforcement in national parks. There was one in Minnesota. Or there was one in Washington.
Let's go to
Obviously,
Washington.
we should move to Washington.
I'm 2 weeks away from graduating this academy right now. I figured out I don't know if that's really what I want to do. So
it's like a couple of years of doing seasonal work before you can get a full-time
It's like
gig.
6 months on, 6 months off. I'm ready to start my career. I went after my dream, and on the way there, I found a couple different opportunities. I'm taking advantage of them. Instead of getting a job in national parks as a ranger, I'm attending a second academy in Minnesota.
Two separate academies.
Yeah.
So we are moving back to Minnesota.
Yeah, we're moving back to Minnesota.
It was a hard decision for both of us to make, but we're pretty stoked about it. So in 2 weeks when he graduates, we've sold the van. So Seth was like, we should do one last vacation, which is why we're in the van.
Yep.
We are driving back to Minnesota in January.
Yep.
To live there. It seems like the best time to move home. In January, we're also going to be going to Tulum. So we're going to get a little vacation and then he's going to start the academy full time. Oh, Shayla, what are you going to do? And I'm like, well, kind of the same thing I've been doing. I'll take like 4 trips-ish a year. 3, 4, 5 trips a year. I will, should I say I'm transitioning? I'm transitioning from like full-time travel to learning how to adult. So basically my videos will be, I'll be doing those trips throughout the year, but also teaching you the things that I'm learning at 29 on how to adult. Because there's a lot of things. So that's it basically. We started on Bumble, 3 weeks of hanging out, 3 months of FaceTiming, a van trip for a week in Ireland.
Yep.
His mom passed away, on and off vacationing on the West Coast, going to New Zealand for 2 months in a van, breaking up, moving to Washington. And so that puts us at about 1.5 years, folks.
Yep.
So we joke that we've done all the things because we've done a lot of the things.
Yeah, and I feel like that's like the tough part about being in a relationship. I just never really understood how much work being in a like committed relationship meant. Is that a good way to say it?
Yeah. In my early 20s, I was like, if it's not working, you get out of it. And now I'm like, okay, there are always things. Figure out if it's worth having or not. So that is our story. If you guys have any more questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments. Maybe we'll do a whole video on Q&A if you have a bunch of Qs. Next week I will be giving tips on what to buy the traveler in your life for Christmas. So if you're the traveler in your life, you can send the video to your family. If you know a traveler, I will give you some good tips for what is helpful to have. Follow us on Instagram, Living on a One-Way Seth Outside. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you're into it, please subscribe, and we will see you all next Wednesday.
That subscription button. Hit it. Just do it. Just do it. Do it.
Bye.
Oh, we're definitely going into the wall. Oh. Whoa.
So Seth wanted to find a castle, and on the way to the castle he found, what's the town called?
Donegal.
Okay, we're gonna do it. That looks really high. I would say go fast.
What's that?
I don't know, you got it. You think it's fine?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm nervous. I'm just gonna close my eyes. The whole, Seth, the engine is underwater now.
I know.
It's okay?
Yeah, we gotta go.
Oh my God.
It's okay.
We're gonna make it. We're almost there. Okay.
Shit.
No.
It's okay. Hold on. Oh, if we drown the engine.
Okay. What do we do?